St. Cloud, and the Huskies improved to 12-0 on the season with 2 wins in Kenosha. You're listening to the Husky Grappler. Highlighted by 2 shutouts at the NWCA National Duels over Lake Erie and Seton Hill in the championship, your #1 ranked Division II wrestling team in the country, St. Cloud State Huskies, improved to 10-0 on the season as they took the NWCA National Duels crown back home to St. Cloud. That first round, as I said, a 46-0 win over Lake Erie, and then a 32-6 win over Indianapolis. And in the semis against the Nebraska Kearney Lopers with a 21-12 win, highlighted by Travis Holt's big pin, as you just saw, and a 41-0 win over the Seton Hill Griffins in the finals. As I welcome in Travis Holt into the broadcast right now, Travis, Nebraska Kearney, I knew them from the get-go when I got here 6 years ago. We haven't dueled them yet, but we always knew Nebraska Kearney were always going to be foes, and the chance that we got to duel them finally, put them in their place, bittersweet.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of excited to wrestle them too. They've always kind of been top contenders in Division II level, and like you said, we never really had an opportunity to match up against them. And I thought we performed really well, and we were able to really showcase how well of a team we have. You know, not just a bunch of good individuals, but we showed how our team chemistry really has grown over the last couple of years, and our guys really come to wrestle.
We're always a Day 2 team, and when you look at the NWCA National Duels history for your Huskies, the first match of Day 2 has always been historically tough. And we defeated Wisconsin Parkside last year in the semifinals. Even though we only gave up 3 matches, a lot of those matches were close. And now looking at Nebraska Kearney, we were sparked with a big win by James Plesky at 149 pounds when he had that duck under in overtime over the defending national champion, #1 ranked Keith Serber. And then Larry Bumstead getting a huge win at 157, and then he's sparking us again with that pin at 165. It's that mindset, knowing that when you're coming into day number 2, you better bring it.
Yeah, Coach always talks about, just wrestling every match with intensity, and getting a big pin like that really kind of takes the wind out of their sail. We want to try and cut their momentum out as soon as we can. They had a couple wins right away, and you could see they're starting to feel like that momentum start building up and start to roll. That pin, those couple wins really kind of shut them down a little bit. That was big.
The Cinderella story of the NWCA National Duels were the Griffins of Seton Hill, #15 seed, coming into their first national duels, upsetting teams left and right, beating Upper Iowa by 1 point, beating Gannon by criteria in the semis, and then coming to finals, and Cinderella story ends with a 41-0 win for St. Cloud State, highlighted at 149 again by James Plesky, defeating All-American Joey Alessandro by a score of 5-4. Huskies would improve to 10-0 on the season and going to the Ranger Duels at Kenosha, Wisconsin the following week. Only 2 duels this season, and historically this duel tournament has always been a rut for the team after winning the national duels or having a great performance the week prior. But it wasn't the story this time, with big wins over ranked opponents, the McKendree Bearcats 29-9, and ending the duels day with a 38-7 win over the Findlay Roughnecks. So getting those 2 wins over ranked opponents, especially in a long drive in Kenosha, Wisconsin, was a great way to end the week.
Yeah, like you were saying before, historically we wrestle really well at national duels. The next week we've tended to kind of fall off and not wrestle to our fullest potential. This year we really came to the Kenosha duels with kind of a fire under our butt. We didn't want that to repeat last year. Picking up a loss against Indianapolis. A lot of us remember how bad that hurt. So we came ready to go, and it's important that we brought intensity right away because, as you said, those are some tough opponents.
12-0 on the dual season now, 1-0 in the NSIC. The non-conference portion of the schedule is done. We will now have 7 NSIC duels to end your 2017-2018 campaign. This week we are off to Minot and Bismarck, North Dakota to face the Beavers Friday night, and a very difficult team to wrestle this year, the University of Mary Marauders. The Marauders notably upset Upper Iowa this year already, so this is going to be an interesting weekend of how the Huskies go against the Minot State Beavers on Friday, and then Saturday against the University of Mary Marauders. It's the road trip. I think that's the biggest thing that we really worry about this is we leave Thursday night to Fargo to get a head start, go to Minot, and then Saturday you have a 2 p.m. duel against the University of Mary, and then you have to go all the way back home. I mean, the duels might not be the toughest, but it's that road trip.
Yeah, that road trip does get long, you know. It's not very filled with sightseeing, I guess you could say, you know, driving through North Dakota, but I don't know, those bus rides, even though they are long, we get a lot of team chemistry and just time to relax and kind of escape from, I guess, wrestling for that 5 hours and just kind of chat with one another, and whether it's watching movies, napping, or just playing card games or just gossiping, you know, it's kind of nice to be able to just hang out with the guys, I guess you could say.
7 duels left, like I said, in the season. All NSIC foes coming at you here. We will have another Husky Grappler in another couple weeks to let you know how the Huskies are doing in the NSIC schedule. And as we gear towards regions, of course, are here this year at St. Cloud State. For Travis Holt, I'm John Peterson saying go Huskies, Minot, Mary this upcoming weekend. Stay tuned to Facebook and Twitter for your St. Cloud State Huskies updates.